Hey everyone, good evening and welcome to the platform of Ahmedabad Book Club and Karma Foundation. By now, I'm sure that everyone knows what Ahmedabad Book Club does with. We are not only into literature, Ahmedabad Book Club thinks of the entire society in terms of well-being. That includes even health awareness and its literature. So we are not just to the bookish knowledge or English literature. We are also into well-being of the society. So our today's session, that is being vigilant and aware about our own health, because if we can't love ourselves, definitely we won't be able to love others and be happy ourselves, as well as make things around us at peace and happiness. So today we have very two young doctors with us, Dr. Vijay and Dr. Rushit. I welcome you both to the platform of Ahmedabad Book Club. Welcome both of you.
Thank you, Mrs. Kosha. And hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Kosha ji.
Yeah, you're most welcome. And we are rather fortunate that today you'll be talking about health and awareness about it, how to get awareness about it. Sometimes when we take too much care ourselves, generally in our society we are tagged as कि ये तो ओवर केयर करता है या इतना कुछ होने वाला नहीं है हमको क्या कुछ हो जाएगा. But that, and we as a human have tendency to ignore some symptoms, early symptoms which are not common, like weight loss hai, fever hai, temperature, I would rather say, not fever, but cold cough, if it is not getting cured for say 15-20 days, but we try and ignore. हम लोग वो घर के medicines करते रहते हैं कि हाँ मम्मा को पता है सब कुछ, अरे मुझे पता है ये इससे तो हो जाएगा ठीक, इसमें क्या डॉक्टर के पास जाने का. This is the general tendency of people in our society, if I'm not wrong.
True.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Even we have come from that end actually.
Okay.
All of us actually, yeah.
Okay. So that is actually, caring at home or home medicine, precautionary things like haldi le lo, wo sab theek hai. But at times you need to let the perfect person who are expert in that field do their job. खुद डॉक्टर मत बनो गूगल से देख कर, या जो एक्सपर्ट है उन लोगों को अपना काम करने दो. So to tell my viewers more about Dr. Vijay, he is a surgeon, oncology surgeon, that is cancer surgeon to be very specific and in general terms. He's a cancer surgeon. He graduated, he studied from Hyderabad, and he has over 5 years of experience in terms of surgery. And he has been trained under Dr. Sultan Pradhan, who is one of the best oncology at international level. And currently he is working with Apollo TBCC as an oncology surgeon. Right, we again welcome you, Vijay sir.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Kosha.
Yeah, and Dr. Rushit Shah, he has studied from Gujarat Cancer Research Institute, and he is currently working with Apollo CBCC as medical oncology, and he has total like almost 5 years of experience in terms of in the field of cancer medical oncology. Yes, welcome, Dr. Rushit.
Yeah, thank you so much again.
Okay, so our topic today would be how we should be vigilant and aware of our health, physical as well as mental. So my first question will be to Dr. Vijay, that what is the importance of being aware of our health, physical health?
Yeah, right. Kosha ji, like the way how you have explained initially, your introduction about being aware at a family level, definitely that was common. We have all faced that. I do feel that is also important to a certain extent to be comfortable in our homes and be safe with our own family members, with our mother, father, whosoever is actually suggesting us. I don't find them that it is wrong, but I just want to mention one thing, like we need to be aware of what is actually available, what treatments are available, what would happen if we don't go through certain treatments and all. So basically, what is happening in India when compared to the Western world is, in Western world, awareness is there for each and everything. There are patient information sheets which are available over their particular hospital websites and everything, which is lacking in India.
Sorry to interrupt you. Can you be a bit louder?
Am I audible now?
Yes.
So, as you all know, our population in India has actually various levels of intellect, different levels of intellect. So it is very tough for us also to properly guide each and everyone from a common platform. So our awareness programs also should individualize depending on the society, depending on the target population. So why should we actually create awareness? Because at an individual level, as we rightly say, unless you know something, you can't see it. Unless your eyes can perceive, only if your brain knows. So unless the individual is educated with respect to certain symptoms or whatever he may be going through, he will never understand whether he is in a normal condition or whether he is facing some abnormality inside. So, or plus he doesn't even know whether he has a risky behavior when it comes to addictions and all. All these things actually people need to be made aware of. And as a surgeon, as an oncologist, and as a doctor, I feel our success is not just in treating the patient individually when he comes, but I feel the real success is when a totally aware patient meets you at a very early stage, thinking that there is something really going bad with him. So at a public level, awareness is very important. So what is actually happening when a particular...
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Abhi aap dekhoge, this corona is going on, this pandemic. People, I won't say much educated people, but the lower sector of the society, generally they say, yaar, hame kya hone wala hai, hum to aise hi chal diye. Matlab, they are not taking precautions or care themselves. And yes, every home, as you mentioned, has one doctor. स्पेशली कोई एक मदर या फादर या कोई भी एक डॉक्टर होता है. देखा, मैंने तो बोला था ना, ये इस चीज की वजह से तेरे को ये सर में दर्द हो रहा है, तो ये दवाई ले ले, हो जाएगा ठीक. So that should not be the case. If I can know your views on it, Dr. Rushit, what are your views on it?
No, definitely. I believe that even as a general population, we have to have a basic idea about our body biology and a basic idea about our health system or our well-being. So basic idea jab hoga in general population, then they will be able to know what is abnormal. So first of all, that is to be created among themselves. And then we can go ahead and we can say a little about some specific diseases, like what are the risk factors, how can we prevent certain diseases, what are the high-risk behaviors, and what are the good behaviors. So it is a gradual and step-by-step process, actually.
Correct. So tell us, what is the literature from which we can get awareness, or how we can get awareness as a general public?
Yes. So broadly speaking, in current era, there are two basic sources of information. One is print media and second is electronic media. So the thing about electronic media is a lot of information is being shared, and sometimes we don't know from where the information is coming from, and it is just being shared a million times, and people also keep sharing, and we don't know how authentic it is and from where does it coming from. So that is the issue with this multimedia. But yes, sometimes when it is authentic, it is quite useful, it is rapid, and you can get the information in a second. While about print media, you will get to know who the person is who is sharing the information, who the author is of that particular article, or who is writing in the newspaper. And there you can have a detailed discussion about that particular health topic. Like if I talk about my subject being a medical oncologist, there are so many books on cancer itself, written by doctors also, other health professionals also, and in fact written by patients also, and few of the survivors also. So as a doctor, you get an opinion or you get good information from doctors also. You get to know what the patient go under through. So those information also you get along with it.
Right.
There was a good book in Gujarati actually, that Cancer Maro Param Sakha, written by Pragna Shah. That was one book I read actually on cancer itself, and that book I read when probably I was doing MD or something. I was not in oncology field at that time, but I could feel that how in detail she has described her experience throughout the treatment of cancer. So
Sir,
that is
yeah.
the thing about literature.
Okay, sir, I would like you to tell my viewers that what medical oncology means. Oncology, I can clarify that it's a medical term of cancer. But
Right.
tell your role in the field of cancer. Like, what is
Yeah.
medical oncologist mean actually?
Okay. So basically, oncology has, broadly speaking, three modalities of treatment. One is obviously surgical, that is surgical oncology. Another modality is medical oncology, where we deal with all the treatment, all the non-surgical treatment. Specifically and broadly speaking, we deal with chemotherapy, targeted
Okay,
therapy,
okay,
immunotherapy. One
okay,
more is hormonal therapy. So these are the
okay.
basic four domains of medical oncology field. And
Right,
our role comes before surgery, sometimes after surgery, sometimes along with radiation therapy, and even
right.
some cases will be treated with just with medical treatment also.
Okay,
So actually, basically, there is a joint effort of all the team members, including
right,
radiation oncologist also, who
right.
provides radiotherapy treatment.
So, if I'm understanding correctly, there are three treatment parts of cancer. That is, one is radiation, one is chemotherapy or immunotherapy and hormonal therapy, and third is surgery. Any of it can be in any sequence, but basically there are three part of treatment. Am I
Right.
right,
Yes.
Dr. Vidhi?
Right, Koshaji.
Yeah. So you are a surgeon. Is there any specific part of cancer? There are different part cancer, different surgeons, or how it goes?
Uh, Basically, when we are trained for everything like a single specialty or surgical oncology, where we get
Okay.
training done both for head and neck cancers and surface surgeries, which we usually call head and neck surgeries,
Okay.
breast cancers, or any other thing which is over the surface. And also we get training done for genitourinary tract, like the uterus, kidneys, and all, and even for the intestines, food pipe, and all.
Okay.
So basically,
Okay.
we get trained for everything.
Okay. And then there is again special surgeons for different parts, right?
Yeah, that is a subspecialty which people would choose after finishing off their MCH or DNB in the super specialty of surgical oncology. Yeah.
So my again a question to you. I'm sorry if I'm repeating, but why this awareness as a to the general public or general awareness is required or is important?
Right. Actually, Koshaji, before talking about this part, I would just like to just confirm one thing, because people usually tend to not to listen to cancer topics. One thing, because they find
Right.
it little scary even to listen to it. And
Correct.
we, of course, we also feel that what they're going through, what their my thought process might be. But still, we try to put in some general information only because, see, one thing is for sure: if a patient gets diagnosed with cancer, definitely his road will lead to an oncologist. But why are
Correct.
we going forward and trying to create awareness? The only reason is because we keep seeing patients both at an early stage as well as at a late stage. People who are
Right.
coming at an early stage are almost living a near normal life with less morbidity, with good prognosis and all. But at a later stage, so with this difference in our minds, with all the experience which we gain over the years, we feel that unless we go into the public, people may not understand, and they are unnecessarily losing time by the time they are reaching the oncologist. So it is almost like we going and giving care to them at their doorstep kind of thing. So I
So,
feel public health awareness is important.
okay, so different cancers do have different early symptoms, or there are some common early symptoms also.
Yes, different cancers do have different symptoms, particularly with related to the organ and the lesion where the site where the cancer has developed. But in general, on a whole, weight loss and sometimes even lack of appetite, like they don't feel hungry, there are certain symptoms which may be common with respect to all the cancers, but specific symptoms are also there.
Okay, sir, yeah, Rushit sir, I would like to ask you also the same views. Like, what are your views on importance of cancer awareness?
Yes, so as Dr. Vijay said, that importance of awareness is to make patients or general population vigilant, and at least the basic idea about what the cancer is, how can we prevent it. There are actually some screening tools also by which we can screen a normal population or certain high risk population, and we can
Okay,
detect the cancer in its very preliminary stage. So at that
okay,
point of time, patient's curative potential would be very high. And
okay,
contrary to that, if a patient presents with even with somewhat early stage or delayed stage, the chances of cure will gradually decreasing.
right.
So this is the importance of early detection and early screening.
But my question to you both that generally, as Dr. Vijay said, that cancer is a scary word, and now even COVID has become very scary word. So even getting checked yourself for the early symptoms is sometimes scary for people. So by creating awareness, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि we are actually creating fear in the mind of people. एंड वो डरे डरे से रहे हमेशा कि मुझे हो जाएगा तो मुझे ये सिम्टम है मुझे शायद ये हो सकता है इज दैट पॉसिबल
Okay,
आई
certainly not actually. Yeah. So motive of creating awareness, as I said, that to make people aware and vigilant. But yes, it also depends on the how the person perceives the information and how he processes in his or her mind. Some
राइट
patients or rather healthy people do present with us and they say, I just want to get my body scan, whole body scan for any cancer related thing. So
करेक्ट
at those cases, we also initially assure them that there is nothing kind of that you have to undergo whole the body scanning. We
राइट
ask them that what is your family history? Are you having any symptoms? Have you do you have any addiction and all that? And based on that, we will decide that whether some screening procedure is needed for that particular patients. Some genetic test, maybe some X-ray, some CT scan, Pap
करेक्ट
smear, mammography, etc. So
राइट
if at all it is not needed, then we will just assure them that you did not need to worry, but you remain vigilant, you remain aware. So that is the thing.
सर बट विजय सर सोसाइटी में ये भी डर रहता है कि डॉक्टर्स विल यू नो जस्ट टू मेक मनी for themselves or hospital they may make you undergo
Right,
unnecessary
right.
tests
I
or
got.
something.
Yes, yes. This is a common
Nothing to offend
perception.
you, but this is
Right,
the
right. No,
general
no, no, no. And
perception.
no, no. This is a general thing, and even I do hear at some point of time when I did not become a doctor, even that was there even in my mind also, to be very frank. But
Correct.
one thing, see, one thing is definitely we are not going to harm the patient. First point. Second point, being vigilant. There are certain things which we try to see. What usually happens when a patient comes to us, and if we write certain investigation, and if that investigation turns out to be normal, it's the patient's attitude also, patient's perception also. ये तो normal आया, मगर फिर scan क्यों किया? So that actually doesn't mean that patient should get something in the scan. We feel that patient should be normal. We advise
Correct,
a
correct,
scan
of
so
course.
that he is normal. But patients
Right.
take it in a way that if the scan is normal, then why did he actually suggest me to undergo the scan?
Correct,
So this is
correct,
like
correct.
two sides of the coin. Whichever side we are looking at, that will give the answer actually.
But at times it does happen, right? I mean, all doctors are not same. I am not saying, but there are certain incidences which happen that they just make mint money out of patients. They exist, right?
So for me to comment on this, it actually sounds as if because we hear the instances like we hear it in all other professions. including politics, including any government offices. But we
Any,
can't,
yeah,
yeah, but we can't commonly tie and comment on the profession directly. It's at an
of
individual
course.
level, not at a professional level.
Right.
I feel so.
And as Dr. Rushit said that for certain type of cancers, genetics, yeah, family history is there. So is cancer like hereditary, all the cancers, or it depends mainly on your lifestyle? Like if you are a chain smoker or a hardcore drinker, then it happens. How it goes?
So basically, all cancers are not same. First of all, I want to tell that
Yeah.
regarding the risk factor, we are broadly talking about the risk factors. So one of it is obviously hereditary or familial. So some cancers
Family.
run in hereditary, like
Okay.
syndromic cancers, we call them. Other
Okay.
cancers have etiology like our health habits, our own health habits, like addiction to alcohol, to any form of tobacco, either chewing tobacco or smoking in the form of BD or cigarettes, chewing
Yeah.
betel nut. Those all these addictions leads to eventually cancer. So those are one of the biggest risk factor. And yes,
Correct.
some other risk factor is a few pesticides, few chemicals which are being used, and we
In the
knowingly or unknowingly are exposed to them. So that is
correct.
one of the reasons. And yes, for
Even
some cancers,
environment,
very yeah,
right? Even environment which we are exposed, the smoke, the dust, everything, does that affect?
yes, true. For certain kind of cancers, yes, particularly lung cancers.
Okay.
And yes, for some cancers, we can't find any risk factors. So
Okay.
sometimes we have a patient who is very young and he or she is diagnosed with certain kind of cancer that is not explained if we
Right.
see his or her risk factor profile. So this also
Okay.
happens. So in that cases or those cases, we are not able to. We do not focus on rather etiology, and we focus on how we will manage this patient.
Hmm. Okay. So Vijay sir, this we talked about physical thing. How about being aware or vigilant for your mental health and how important it is about cancer time during cancer time.
There is a question from Facebook. How does immunotherapy
Uh,
work if the
yes, so
cancer?
there is one question. I think how does immunotherapy works, and is there any food therapy which works? So I would answer this question. Basically, our immune system is potential enough to get rid of the cancer cells usually most of the time because there are small mutations which are generated every day, and our immune system takes care of those mutations or early cancer like changes. But when our immune system becomes deficient and these cancers develop, that we will see with our naked eyes. So for those cases, if we give immunotherapy, it works by boosting our own immune system against those cancer cells. So our immune system will be boosted, potentiated, and more efficiently act against the cancer cells. The second part of the question, is there any food therapy which works? There is no particular food therapy that will work to prevent or treat the cancer, but healthy food habits will help overall for in general well-being and to prevent obesity also. That is one of the risk factors.
Right.
Okay, so
Mrs.
Vijay
Kosha, you
sir,
were
I
asking
will
about,
ask you
yeah.
mental health. How is the mental status of a patient who is undergoing the cancer treatment or survived the cancer, as well as how important it is for us to be aware of our mental health. General term.
Yeah. I am not a specialist to talk about mental health as such. Usually, that is a psychiatrist who can suggest much more better than me. But I try to give my thoughts about this, because we do say a sound mind in a sound body. So it's like if
Right.
you are physically fit, you need a mentally equilibrated mind also to work with. So that will give
Correct.
you a balanced life, and you also can enjoy your life. So what I
Right.
mean by a balanced mind is like we need to be good all the time, or maybe having a positive mindset, or be honest, and also have a positive outside at life actually. So there are, see, it is but natural for all the human beings to have this swing of emotions, being from either depressed at some point in life, or again being overly happy at some or the other point in life. So it is natural.
Right.
So but I feel when any of this kind of the emotion supersedes or exceeds or stays with us for a longer time than being normal, than leading a normal life, I think that is the time when we need to meet a psychiatrist to take proper medications or whatever
Correct.
consultation is required. And when we come to cancer, the diagnosis itself is scary for most of the patients. I not most, I think even up to 99% of the patients will feel
For
scared
everyone.
once they hear the word. Yeah.
Of course.
So it is the oncologist's responsibility in not only just counseling the treatment ahead, but also tackling the psychological impact which he is going through, he or she, the patient is going through, as well as the family which is going through. So
Right.
apart from this, we also need to deal with the psychological impact on the relatives who will be more concerned that they may also get the cancer because they keep hearing it is hereditary or it is familial, or sometimes even we do see come across patients who ask me directly, sir, if we touch the patient, do we get cancer or not? So there are multiple stigma which is attached to the word cancer itself. Rather than just the treatment part, psychological treatment is equally important for any cancer patient and the family.
Correct. Dr. Rushit, you might be coming across with many patients for chemotherapy before or after surgery or radiation or during the time of radiation. Generally, in our society, like AIDS, cancer patients are also treated, differently. I won't say like, oh, isko to cancer ho gaya. Matlab, they are untouchable, or they general thing is perceived that they might be having all bad habits. Halaki, in some cases, maybe females or kids, they don't even have any such bad habits and get diagnosed with cancer. So how a patient or how patients relative, or rather they sometimes over sympathize, ओ आपको ये हो गया है अब तो आपका लास्ट टाइम है, and they over sympathize and behave over good with the patient, which also hammers patient mentally. So how to deal with such things?
Yes. So in India, particularly when a person is diagnosed with cancers, a bunch of relatives will come up with a hell lot of different ideas that you do this, you can do
Exactly.
that,
Exactly. Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
that happens usually, and patient usually get back to us and ask us that, can I do this? Can I do that? Can I try करूँ? आप पेलू try करी शकूँ?
हाँ.
Ayurved,
हाँ.
can I go for natural therapy?
हाँ.
Okay.
हाँ.
So, and they also, relatives as well as patients, before usually chemotherapy, they ask us that, will all my hair will go or not? What all side
Correct.
effects will occur? Will I have
Correct.
mouth ulcers, oral ulcers? Will I have diarrhea, vomiting? So,
Correct.
actually, there is a very generalized idea about chemotherapy in our general population. So, but it is not like that. And nowadays, we have reduced significantly the side effects. We have reduced significantly with newer targeted therapy as well as immunotherapy. And in fact, using conventional chemotherapy also, the side effects are minimal and they are quite manageable. So at
Yeah.
that time, we have to explain patient in detail that these are all are temporary. They are not permanent. You will again grow your hair, and
Correct.
you will become again as you were before. So at
Like in
this
the
moment of
your
time,
hair goes, your life is more important than hairs, right?
sorry.
Life is more important than hairs, even if hair
Yes,
goes off.
exactly.
Right.
True, true,
But what
exactly.
about the society? Society perceives the cancer patient as totally untouchable, totally, कि ये तो पूरा बिगड़ा हुआ इंसान ही होगा, सारी गलत आदतें होगी तभी उसी को कैंसर हुआ, या तो he might have done some bad deeds in his life or in his previous birth that he's being suffered like this. These are the words or these are the sentences used for the cancer patient. So it psychologically affects the relatives and the patient, right? Vijay sir, I'm not.
Maybe, yeah, yeah, true, true. Maybe these things might be happening even now, maybe in the interiors of villages or something
Exactly.
like that. At least that fraction of that population has come down because of the awareness programs and the way how the cancer treatment has almost reached to two-tier cities today because of
Right.
be it because of the government programs or whatever. The treatments have actually almost reached till the interiors of villages also. So I feel this
Okay.
may come down in the coming few years.
Slowly. Okay. From the government schemes, or what is government doing? I would like to know from you both regarding cancer, its treatment. Is that sufficient, or government needs to take more measures or more steps?
Government is literally doing its best because a few years back the Yojana programs, at least when it comes to Gujarat, we have this program called My Yojana, where the
Mayoj.
treatments are going on right from the diagnosis till the treatment of chemotherapy, radiation, or surgery, including the PET CT scan. All these are covered under My Yojana programs, and many patients are being treated under this Yojana program. And I am also thankful for the government to create this kind of environments that the patients are actually coming in because they have Yojana programs with them. So otherwise, cancer is
So
a costly affair for
costly,
to undergo
yeah, it's a
treatment.
costly, luxurious disease actually for the family as well as the patient. So does this scheme help, Dr. Rushit, for the patients, or still government needs to do a little more? Dr. Rushit, do we have you?
Rishit? Yeah.
I think there is issue with the sound.
Are you able? Okay, are we audible now? Hello, Dr. Rushit. Okay, Vijay sir. So,
Yes.
what? Tell me something like where can we find more information, or what do you do more about this awareness and being vigilant about general health and particularly cancer?
Actually, I don't know. Actually, 2 months back in this lockdown period, I was just thinking because this is one situation during this lockdown where we actually understood that though we as doctors know that public health measures and public health awareness is important, but equally it's stuck to the entire nation and even the world that public awareness is much more important than just treating doctors' experience. So,
Right.
this has just happened out of the blue that everyone started thinking about wearing a mask, maintaining the social distance, which actually
Right.
thereby reduces the spread of the disease. And actually, it happened so. This
Yeah.
all these measures, this public awareness actually applied brakes on the otherwise super fast spreading dreadful disease called COVID-19. So this
Correct.
actually gave me a thought in my mind that we need to do take certain steps from our side to create awareness. People are welcoming, the people are understanding. So if we put it in a right way, in a right manner, then everyone would understand. And in general, around 50 to 60% of the population would be streamlined to a particular in a particular way. So if around 50 to 60% of the population is streamlined and have a single thought, no matter whatever the disease may be, we will emerge victorious. Though here and there
Right.
there might be small issues, but otherwise we will emerge victorious. So with this thought, I actually started a YouTube channel also to just to create awareness on basic concepts along with cancer treatments and all.
Lovely. Vivek, can we have that information on screen, please?
Dr. Rishit is back again. Audible,
Yeah.
Rishit?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Vivek, can we have that information on screen that where to have the YouTube channel and the podcast which Dr. Vijay is talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. So, sir, please let us know more about it, Vijay, sir.
I have very recently started, though I never advertised or I've never told anyone, only to my close friends or someone on my WhatsApp who are following me knew about this. So this came in this thought actually stuck to me, as I've told you previously once during this lockdown. So I spoke to my few colleagues and friends who were there from right from my MBBS till today, who are in different specialities. So we all are coming together to talk on different aspects of most common things which people may go through during their life, like a simpler thing like a headache, a simpler thing like hazy vision, like cataract, which we call in old age, or multiple many small minor things which I thought little folk light should be given to the common public, as well as we are also doing certain topics. I'm along with Dr. Rushit's help. We both are sitting together and we are doing many awareness topics with respect to cancer also. So I think hopefully maybe this will reach the desired thought process of us. This is not an advertisement. This is not a marketing strategy. This is just to create awareness, because there is a thin line of difference between creating awareness and
where people can get particular information and in
hopefully, yeah, that is the intention.
Yes, so every month is a dedicated cancer month, and July being soft tissue sarcoma awareness month. So we did recently did a small awareness talk on that. June was the kidney cancer awareness month, so we did a talk on that also. So we are covering the few cancers by awareness month.
Most of the talks initially, though, we were also not into this, so we had those steps which are little confused, like the duration of the video which has to be there and all. So now we are restricting ourselves to less than 10 to 15 minutes duration, so that we can cover up the entire topic in that time. So I think Dr. Rushit, you can also tell what you are doing from your side, because Mrs. Kosha, I think she may come back again.
Yeah. So all these videos, which are specifically intended to provide information regarding cancer awareness, that I am also sharing on YouTube with the name Dr. Rushit Shah, Cancer Physician, and on Facebook also by the name of the same, Dr. Rushit Shah, Cancer Physician. And whatsoever queries or questions you may have, you can ask there.
Right. And Vivek, can we have questions from our audience? If any, comments or questions?
So when you were offline, there was one question which Dr. Rushit has answered with respect to immunotherapy.
Yes, I was aware. Immunotherapy, okay. So yeah, any last messages you both would like to share with our viewers, both of you?
So Dr. Rushit, do you want to go ahead, or I'll continue after you?
Yeah, you continue.
So what I want to say is, one, just by creating awareness, we are going to achieve success in 3 different ways. One, prevention is the best cure available. Actually, prevention is better than cure. We should not say it's the best cure. So by creating awareness that there are certain risk factors which, if the people wantedly are getting involved into it, they are getting habituated. So if they stop that, there are certain cancers which definitely won't be affecting the public, like oral cancers, particularly in Gujarat, because of all the tobacco consumption and all. So if they try to get rid of that. And secondly, we are trying to also suggest them the symptoms which they should be vigilant about, so that if at all they get any of those things, they should at least come to a doctor, so that early diagnosis would be done if the patient has a symptom. So we are trying to explain them the symptoms. This is the second way. The third way is by a screening program, creating awareness about screening programs. Screening programs are done for people who do not have any symptoms. They are just normal. So if at all, if we are even trying to control the cancer even before it is showing its own symptoms on the patient. So this is a way we are trying to protect. So we are trying to create a barrier so that it may not spill in any direction. One, by preventing it. Two, by trying to identify it at a very early stage. And three, by screening it before it is even coming into picture.
And sir, Rushit sir, are there vaccines available for certain kind of cancer, like ovary cancer, yeah, some anything?
Right. So some cancers are preventable just by using the appropriate, following the appropriate schedule of vaccines, and those are liver cancers particularly, where they occur due to hepatitis B infection. So this was the one of the first preventable cancer actually by vaccine. And
Correct.
second, most important cancer in women, that is cervical cancer or cancer of cervix.
Correct.
So this is again almost 100% of the cervical cancers are caused by a virus. It is named human papilloma virus or HPV. So there is a vaccine against that, and it has to be taken in adolescent age group, or up till the age of 25 you can take. So that is the age where parent has to be vigilant or aware about this entity, and they
Right.
should get their girl vaccinated. So those two are the most important vaccine preventable cancers.
Okay, one more question we have from the audience, that are stem cell therapy or the stem cells of kids, which is nowadays many parents get it stored. Is it helpful in any way for prevention or treatment of cancer?
Yes. So currently we preserve the umbilical cord stem cells. That is the cord which is by which the baby is connected to his or her
Correct.
mother. So that is
Right.
there are a lot of stem cells in that umbilical cord. So those stem cells currently we are using in treatment of patients with leukemia, where
Okay.
bone marrow transplant has to be done. So we are using those stem cells from umbilical cord and transplant it in a leukemia patient. Okay, and one more, there is it is a research thing actually, that from this very initial stem cells or very primordial stem cells, they will be able to generate any tissue of the body. So there is active research is ongoing where certain diseases, if the certain diseases can be treatable with the stem cells. So this is again research, but the current practical application is for the treatment of leukemia patients.
Right. And sir, Vijay sir, how do you find India in terms of medicals than other foreign countries?
India is now on par actually with respect to, because we are on par with respect to cancer treatments. I think the rest of the treatments are also falling in place. India is actually on par with the rest of the countries.
But still,
No, no,
people prefer cancer patients prefer to get treated in the foreign land. Why is that so?
one, because as you have already told about the stigma part associated with it, few people don't want to get labeled as a cancer patient, maybe because of that reason they are flying. And second thing, maybe because of the facilities, other facilities also, which they may be getting much more in a psychological way, they are more comfortable there. I think so. But otherwise, per se, treatment wise, we are actually on par with world over treatment.
Okay, perfect. Any other message both of you would like to share on a parting note?
Dr. Rushit.
Yes. So I just want to tell that this is not a choice. It has to be kept in mind that we have to be vigilant, not just to prevent cancer, but also to detect at an earlier stage. Being a clinical oncologist, as the in early the earlier stage the cancer detected in, we can treat it in better manner, better way, with least use of all the modalities, and being cost effective also. So
Correct.
that is the thing.
So
So
it was
I would like to
wonderful.
say,
Yeah, please.
I would like to say like a stitch in time saves nine actually. So awareness creates this early diagnosis, and so I think that will actually lead to a better, healthy India, as our PM says.
Correct. And it was wonderful talking to you. I would like to tell my audience that both the doctors have given their source, Insta ID, YouTube, or the podcast, where you can know, where you can have the foolproof knowledge of the general disease as well as cancer for particular. You can have the information from the right sources. So that was nothing sort of advertisement. It was just to make you aware that you can have some sort of information from here. It was wonderful talking and knowing about cancer as well as other disease. I hope my viewers also enjoyed. Thank you, both of you, for joining us today on behalf of Ahmedabad Book Club and Karma Foundation. And I thank my viewers for always being supportive to me. Thank you so much, all of you.
Thank you so much, Koshaji, for giving us this platform to talk to most of the people. As I'm not from Gujarat, I actually found this very interactive and good and happy and welcoming
And
too.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
very interesting. Thank you so much.
okay, it was our pleasure. Thank you. Bye bye, everyone. Stay safe. We'll be back with another episode, another person, and another interesting story. Till then, stay safe. Bye bye.